Hello everyone, welcome back to MixbusTv. Hope you're having a great day. Another rapid fire Q&A. Before we start, check the info box down below for my mixing courses, discounts on plugins. If you want to support the channel, grab a t-shirt. We have a Patreon page too. Question, Richard Jensen asks, hey David, how do you determine whether to mix the kick below or above the bass, EQ wise? It's genre dependent, or are you taking cues from how it was tracked? I'm working on 3 modern rock songs and I could use some direction, thanks. Absolutely good question, great question actually. Well, it's definitely genre depending, and if you didn't track the record, it definitely, you should pay attention of the sounds you were given, because those, if it was tracked well by a recording engineer and a producer that took decisions and didn't leave all the decision to you mixing it, will tell you definitely if you have a subby kick and a more barky bass, that's your answer. You know, the kick is gonna take the low end, and the bass is gonna be more, you know, aggressive in the higher low range. But rock and metal are such a mixed bag. So sometimes you have a very clicky kick, which is so common, which also have a sub, like really low sub element to it, and the bass is usually slightly higher. But some other times you have a really powerful big subby bass that also grow, but they take all the low end, and the kick drum in that case has more of a knock, is more of a punch in the 90 to 120 hertz. So in that case, the bass takes the low end and the kick drum sits right on top. I can think of like Korn, for example. They have the clicky bass field he has, but if you pay attention, he takes the low end, all of it, like, and it's so clean. You can tell, like, they use, if I don't remember wrong, the tweeter where they get the ring sound of him slapping on the strings, and then the low end is so clean and so powerful, and it's so low that you don't even really perceive it, you just feel it. But that's the bass, and the kick drum sits on top of it, sits, you know, in between the subby low end of the bass and the low end of the guitars. So it's a rock and metal, it's a mixed bag. Definitely make the decision before you start either recording or mixing, just in case you can change both sounds in mixing. I've done it so many times. Sometimes people think that they want a subby bass, but they don't. So in that case, you gotta work a little harder in mix. But it's definitely genre depending, because again, pop, rock, and metal are such a mixed bag, and it's so much easier in trap, hip hop, and EDM. The bass takes the low end, and the kick just knocks. So that's fairly easy. But yeah, I hope this answered the question. It's a fairly simple question, so I won't drag it. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to leave a like. Check the info box down below. Leave all your questions for both the rapid fire Q&A and the live stream Q&A. That I am guilty of delaying it, but we will do it. There's gonna be a live stream Q&A. There's gonna be more than one, and Bella is gonna be there too. A lot of people asked about that. So this is it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.